All right, welcome back. Let's talk about overwhelm. So say you have your entire list of curriculum that you want to cover this year. You have a stack of it. Let me show you. You got the curriculum you want to cover, plus you got all these books, plus you got DVDs, plus, just endless stuff. So how do I do it? My kids are very well educated, but I don't have a taxing schedule. So what do? I teach breakfast, lunch, dinner, not too much, usually religious stuff, and snack time. And then they have table time. But what do you do when you have like a stack of curriculum? And not only that, I have bins over there of books and readers that I want them to go through as well. Okay, so this is what I do. This is how I do it. So I bought all the curriculum. I bought all, I've looked at all the recommended reads. I've gotten tons of different ideas and options and things I want to do. The first thing I do is make sure that I'm not having the kids do unnecessary work. What I mean is we are doing, so you can cut out some subjects. So table time is reading, writing, and math. Those are the subjects that they do on their own. The rest of the subjects we do together. And I don't have workbooks for the majority of those subjects. We're doing them together. I'm talking history, science. Right now we're studying the parables, manner work. We got a lot of stuff going on. I even did grammar initially, but I'm going to sub in a grammar later on as well that they'll do during, I call it table time, but that's essentially when you sit down, you do your individual subjects. Okay, so even grammar, but I still do a lot of grammar stuff, art history and things like that. I still do during the meals, and I don't do activity books. So what I do though, is I put the most important subjects that I want to cover, I put it in this bin in the order of importance. So here I have a reproduction thing that I want to cover. Here is some math for one child. So I have their science. I have the biblioplan that I want to go through. I have some read-alouds, the Pilgrim's Progress. I might want to cover another grammar and punctuation that's level 2, although I have since bought a different grammar one that's a little more religious. So these are the stuff, and then these back here are the books that I may not get to, like word roots. We might save it for next year. This is Who is God. We might save that for next year because we have a lot of religious reads. So let me show you inside my planner here. So now when it comes to biblioplan, I did a video on it. I don't know if I released it already or not. So I will show you the biblioplan video, but essentially you only need the textbook. Like the other stuff is just, not wasted time. It's just additional stuff. You don't have to do it. The textbook is enough. But if you want things cemented in their head, well, then you got to do cue cards for them. So it is a bit of work for the mom, but it's a lot less work than sitting down and trying to get them to go through and do all these workbooks and things like that. Unless your kid's into workbooks. Some kids are. Some kids are like, you know what? Their writing is fine. If you have neurodiverse kids, they don't like handwriting. So right away, that's out. Okay, so let me show you into my planner. So this is, my planner. I know, fancy, isn't it? So I got the to-dos here. These are important things for me that I want to do. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I'm giving you kind of a sample week. These are chore ideas that I want to work on with the boys. I'm talking in addition to their chores. Do I want to teach them to vacuum? Do we want to work on doing laundry? Like what chores, if any, are we going to work on? Breakfast subjects. So right now I am doing the Beatitudes. We're doing the Beatitudes. Plus sometimes we have cue card review. Plus we have, this is a grammar book. I have word fun that we're also doing during then. So basically what I do is I pick a book from that book pile over there, this book pile over here, essentially textbooks and whatnot, and I read it to them during the day and we review it, right? Or them during breakfast and then we review it. So usually I label it down here, but I'm not labeling it because it sits on the table in the middle of the table and I know exactly what book it is. So we were having a play date that day, so that day's out. So then the kids play together. I know it's a little messy because I erased and erased because I mislabeled things. So then the kids play by themselves after breakfast, okay? So in breaths, we're together breakfast. And we also play first thing in the morning together. And then out breaths, I got quite a few hours by myself while the kids play. But then snack time, I rein it back in, and that's when we're doing Biblio. Biblio doesn't need, get textbooks. There's other non-Christian textbooks as well. But get textbooks that are interesting, that have a lot of pictures and photos. Yeah, that's what I recommend. That's what I recommend because you can do it to a large group of people. And then you could put these, any of these definitions, like in Biblio, you can put on cue cards or with mnemonic devices, a picture attached for easy remembering. All right, then we have lunch. So now we're doing Science Shepherd Astronomy. These are DVDs. They also have them online as videos. But if we're not doing that, then I am reading science. I have a Becca Science, which is another easy science. Now, say you have kids who are different grade levels, right? So I have kids who are different. So this is grade 3, but we got a grade 2, we got a grade 4, maybe even a grade 5. Well, then what we would do is it's so easy to cover it all during, you just read like a chapter. And then at the end of the chapter, you guys answer the questions together. And then again, your job as the parent is to make any notes of things that need to be remembered or that the children maybe didn't understand so that you could go back over it again, right? And you can either do Friday review day or just cue cards and every morning go through some cue cards so that everyone gets to learn this stuff. Not just hear it once, but really learn it, because that's it takes the place of workbooks, which do workbooks fine. It's just, again, neurodiverse kids hate handwriting, so good luck with that one. But, okay. So now, as I'm saying, it doesn't take very long. This is a little thicker book, but it still doesn't take very long. Like, what would it take if you were reading it every day? I mean, what, 4 weeks to go through it? I mean, it doesn't take very long. So then what about, okay, so let me continue on. Lunch, astronomy, then we do quiet time, TV, play, and then dinner, I do another religious read, usually. Usually the history of the church, Bible, something like that. Okay. Saturday and Sunday, books and books. See, I have books here because there are a lot of award-winning reads that I didn't get to the last few years from a bunch of different book programs, from a bunch of different curriculums. Oh, look at this. This should be a product of the day. Usually I do a product of the day. Check this out. It's just got such good poems here. Oh, where's the one about the brother and the sister that I read? This just has such good poems. Like, not even, I mean, just such good poems. I had a little brother and I brought him to my mother and I said, I want another little brother for a change. So, The Llama Who Had a Pajama, 100 Favorite Poems. Now, normally, Poetry Foundation, Poet Laureate, usually, there's some award-winning books that I honestly think are not like given awards by children. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll read a children's book and it'll be award winning. And sometimes I'm like, who read this and thought this is a good children's book? But this is definitely, I mean, I think it's great. So that's one of those ones that I want to read, right? So I got a stack of those. I also got a stack of books over there as well, right? So when do I read those, you ask? When, you ask? Friday and Saturday. Because at the very least, I'm reading breakfast and lunch. Now, I'll still do a religious read because it's just, it's important. But, yeah, that's when I do it. Fun time. Saturday and Sunday, I get a break. I get to sit down and just read some fun books or some interesting books or some award-winning books or some books I want to read or books that the kids want me to read from the library. Whatever. It's a good time. So, yeah. So there you go. So all I have is a calendar, and then every week, like, I'll draw out the next week because it is so rewarding. I kid you not, to draw out your own planner. I have a whole video on it. And it is so rewarding to draw out your own planner. It's very, not meditative, but very creative, very self-care. And then I get to put down the things I want to work on, like get new car insurance. I got to work on that. Book appointments for a dermatologist and for the kids and the kids' dentist, stuff like that. So, and then, yeah, these are, it's just, what I got going on next week. Like, I want to take them to a splash pad one day, stuff like that. I have an appointment online, so I'm going to make sure to include that in here when I do it next. So I hope that helps you in your overwhelm, because if you just read and pick one book at a time instead of switching out, instead of doing a ton of subjects or switching a lot of different subjects during the day, if you keep it concentrated, you'll go through them pretty quick. I'm telling you, I did 6 sciences last year. Like, you're talking to someone, and my kids know the info. For the most part, I'm sure there's some stuff they don't know, but they know anything important because I put it on cue cards. Well, last year I did it in a book with a lot of pictures associated with it just for mnemonic devices. Today, printer's not working that great, and I've been trying cue cards, so I don't know how cue cards are going to work, but they're a lot easier to write out, let me tell you, if you don't have to add a picture to it. So we'll see how that goes, but anyway, there it goes. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you tune in to another video of the Homeschool Shopping channel. Bye-bye.
Please like to subscribe.
Yes.
And hit the bell for notifications.